He is Mount Rushmore of Buffalo broadcasting. That's it. I mean, I don't think you can do better than being on Mount Rushmore of anything.
And he is right. High praise, very well deserved for the longtime voice of the Buffalo Bills, John Murphy, announcing he is stepping away from the mic. Howard Simon there, just one of many familiar faces weighing in on Murph's rich legacy. Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us. Anchor Jeff Russo just wrapping up a one-on-one with Murph, the only TV interview that he sat down for today. My colleague Michael Wooten joining me now.
Yeah, Murph is really, of course, an icon of this community. And while he's officially stepping out of the Bills radio booth, he says he's leaving the door open to return to a game day broadcast in some way in the future. Murph is moving away from play-by-play duties after 35 years on the radio broadcast for the Bills. He took this past year off after surviving a stroke back in 2023. You may also remember he served as our Channel 7 sports director in the 90s and early 2000s. He was inducted into the Buffalo Broadcasters Hall of Fame back in 2019.
Yeah, and I was fortunate enough to work with him years ago at another station, and we know how much Murph means to many of you, to the Buffalo Bills organization, the fans, and the whole broadcast community.
Yeah, anchor Jeff Russo diving into all of that tonight in this conversation that you'll see only on 7, the voice of the Bills himself reflecting on his Hall of Fame career.
Dives over a man at the 20-yard line, and he heads out of bounds. He's unbelievable.
He's been the voice of a generation of Buffalo sports fans. Longtime play-by-play announcer John Murphy has helped create the soundtrack of Bills football for more than 30 years.
Touchdown!
I enjoyed the game itself, the 3 hours every week that we're doing the game.
Murph started as a color analyst with the Bills in the mid-1980s before taking over play-by-play duties for the late Van Miller in 2004. It's a role the Lockport native proudly held for 19 years until he survived a stroke in early 2023. I caught up with Murph inside his Orchard Park home Thursday, where he tells me his recovery is going well.
I feel great. I never felt bad. I've never been healthier. To tell you the truth, I've never been healthier. What bothers me, I just can't talk.
And Murph tells me it's the continued challenges with his speech that forced him to make the difficult decision to step away from the broadcast booth.
It just occurred to me in March that I wasn't getting better as quickly as I thought I would, and it was probably time to pull the plug. I really miss, and I'm going to miss, the Sunday, the game day Sunday, the 1 to 4, whatever the game is. That part I'll miss.
The announcement that Murph is leaving the booth marks the end of an era and sparked reaction from both fans and the local broadcast community, including longtime radio host Howard Simon.
When I first started here in 1989, I listened to Murph. I was a fan. I listened to Murph all the time. And that is the guy I learned from. And I thought, man, if I could be John Murphy someday in this market, how awesome would that be? So he is my broadcast role model. And I think he is a definitive voice, like legendary voice of Buffalo sports for me and anybody who grew up here.
Having a voice like Murph, who you recognize so readily, both on camera, on his television work, and also on the radio, there's just a level of comfort there that gives people a real sense of belonging. I think that's what Murph did really more than anything. He just let everybody know that this is where we belong. Let's watch this game together. It's really special.
When you see fans reacting, reaching out, saying congratulations, sharing memories, what does that mean to John Murphy?
I'm blown away. I thank people for their thoughts and their wishes. Blown away by the sentiment. Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, quite frankly, I didn't anticipate this kind of reaction, but I'm blown away by it.
All right, first things first, Murph looks great. Yeah. He says he lost about 70 pounds during his rehab. He's as humble as he is talented, as you may well know. Quick to thank his broadcast producers, his partners for all their hard work over the years. He says even though he's stepping out of the booth at this point, he's not finished. He'd like to continue broadcasting in some manner, some capacity. He hopes to be fully healthy by the end of the year, but he said it's difficult. It's tough to step away from the game and an occupation that he's loved so much, but really in good spirits today, no question.
Especially when the team is so good, right? Murph went through this during some dark times with the Buffalo Bills. He really did look great, though.
Yeah, a legendary voice for sure.
And really working hard on the rehab, hoping to be full recovery by the end of the year. So great to see you today.
Sending all positive vibes his way, and you've been fortunate enough to work with him as well.
Long time.
Yes.
Just an absolute legend and friend.
Great story.
Great.
Thank you.